Flat Hood Harris next door, looking kind of gangster here tonight. Brought to you, Feather-lite Batteries on board for this whole episode. What do you think about the PDRA Maryland swamp ass? Here we are.
I think you need some more beers.
I could.
It's so damn hot here, guys, today. It's been terrible. I mean, it's been probably one of the hottest races we've been to yet. I have sucked it up all day. You did a great job. You went a 66 in the heat right next to me, made me look like shit.
That was an accident. Didn't mean to show that whole card.
We're late coming on just because right now we had a late test session after Top Sportsman, and we're going to get that in just a second. Top Sportsman, we got a special guest, but so far so good. Parking not so much yesterday. Took us a little while to get in here. You know, this is a tight racetrack. Been coming here about 30 years, but Feather-lite Batteries back on board for Boosting Bullshit episode 9. This is our second live event at the racetrack. First one was a little bit of a cluster. This one's been a cluster because we had to start so late.
Yes.
But right now, I'm trying to loosen him up, guys.
We're trying.
If you could hear what we say when the mics are not live, we'd probably sell a million.
We would. I'm way better without this camera on me.
We probably are. We'd be like call her daddy status. I think
Correct.
we would. Yeah,
that would help.
So tonight we've got our first guest when Kinetic Shocks. Kinetic Shocks is on board. So we brought in a Sportsman racer, Mr. Glenn Butcher, 2024 world champion.
Woo-woo!
Now they're turning the lights out on us. So
Royce can't afford
I'm still here.
Yep. So Glenn, 2024 world champion, elite Top Sportsman. Tell me the difference between elite and just the regular Top Sportsman.
So elite is the top 16 qualifiers. So the fastest of the 64, wherever the field is, but the fastest 16 get to duke it out. So what most people don't know is elite Top Sportsman is the third fastest category in PDRA. So, I mean, we can qualify for, some of the guys can qualify for the pro categories, but we choose to bracket race.
So you guys run just as fast as me and dipshit here most of the time, right?
Yep.
And they look in the rearview mirror the whole way down. Or they're out in front of Glenn's case. He's usually pretty fast, so he's looking out in front, trying to run them down to judge an inch and a half.
You know, I ran Top Sportsman, if you do not remember that, Glenn.
I completely remember. I know every aspect
every
of that.
detail of
every detail of that. How'd that work out for you?
It didn't work out too good. So
he's not the champ for no reason.
No.
Well, this is like back million years ago.
It's a million years ago, but Jason and I, he was driving his daddy's car.
Yeah.
And we got paired up at Rockingham, and all the lights turned good for me.
So it's quick story. Glenn is like world renowned. I've known Glenn since I was probably 18, probably more than that. And they put me in a door car. I'd never been in a door car in my life. I had a Stroop Cavalier, 632 in it, come out of my dad's truck. Remember my dad's truck? And I go to Rockingham. We missed the first two qualifiers because we had an oil line. We broke a tranny. The last qualifier, never made a door car pass in my life. Never. Always ran dragsters. I dropped the hammer. The thing goes like, God, I think I went 680 or 691 at 203 in the quarter. And I win first round by some miracle. And then I ran into jackass over here. He's out there patting the gas on me. Yeah. Exactly.
Thanks for playing.
He patted the gas on me. So,
Lord.
that was my first door car ass whooping you gave me. So
I've given a few.
Yeah.
You have given quite a few. So, I got to ask this question, though. How is it at 200 dragging the brake on someone?
Dragging the brake is easy. I think dragging the brake a little bit, then ripping the gas, and then grabbing the override because you drug the brake too much is even funner.
I thought the hood scoop come off when they did that on them nitrous cars.
Well, you know, it's actually really hard. So just imagine if you had to look over every time I blew by your ass and try to judge the finish line.
Well, I'm not judging shit. I got the bitch on the rug. I can't do what he does. Glenn and that Top Sportsman deal, I got to admit that's probably some of the toughest racing there is out here in the country.
It's really tough, but I had an opportunity to drive really good car. So a good friend of mine, Jason Scruggs, calls, me and we're talking back and forth, and he's got like 400 cars. So he's like, we're talking. I'm like, yeah, I think I drive, and I sit in, and it's really low. It's a new Camaro, can hardly see over the dash. I'm like, he goes, oh, I'll give you a booster seat. So, I'll get you up a little higher so you can see. And I'm like, Jason, I'll drive this thing, but your daddy, if he yells at me because I ripped the gas 2 times and give it back by a thou, what are we gonna do then?
What do you rip the gas, Andy?
I only rip the gas when it shakes and I'm trying to pedal it, but that doesn't happen a lot. So,
well, them flat foods don't.
If I've had a rough day today, I've shook the shit out of everything I had today. It's been so hot. We had some damn issues, but you flew by me, went 66 in the heat.
Yep. What was your that run?
I don't even know.
I got it wrote down. It's okay.
But Glenn here does what we do, but he's trying to dial in exactly what he wants to run. So
we're predicting.
So basically, he has a baby pro nitrous car, and that's basically a baby pro nitrous car, right? So
we have a 959 with 6 kids, and we choose to scale it back a small amount so that we can, get down the track more often or whatever, just slowly. I mean, we're not that far off. I mean, we went 77 or 9.
Yeah. That's and that's what we kind of judge. Like, I know guys to go watch and talk Sportsman because we're not far behind you guys sometimes. So I'll go up and watch certain cars that I know are quicker. I used to watch Donnie a lot because I knew Donnie was good. Yeah, and I
get a judgment on the track.
Right. So I knew when you went 80 something earlier today, right?
I went 80 in the heat.
Right. And then you went 73. So I knew it was 3 quicker.
Yeah.
Old bracket racer in me.
Right.
So I know, like, if I went 67, then I know if I leave it alone, I should go 64, right?
You should.
Right. But I didn't. But and it's not as easy for us. It really is not. And it's hard because nitrous cars, you made your own atmosphere, and the water got a little rough when the sun went down. We didn't really pick up as much because we're on alcohol, and boost kind of slows down. But
it was definitely nitrous.
I really thought you were going to go faster.
I thought I was too, but that was a good lick. I'm happy with it. We made the last 2 licks. We went down through there, but
yeah,
I'm impressed with these guys. I didn't know they cut all 6 kits on even. I thought maybe he run 3 or 4. I didn't know he run all 6. Really,
and I'm still friends with a lot of Sportsman racers. I mean, I'm actually parked down in Sportsman pits this weekend just because. I mean, I grew up with these guys: Butcher, Dwayne Silas, Donnie, the Flame, all these guys, all that I grew up with racing because I had Top Dragster and Quick Rod. My dad run Top Sportsman, so running with these guys has been part of my life. So it's kind of hard to leave that part out. Now, I don't get to come by and congratulate Glenn as much as I should when he whooping ass. Fur's always been, me and Fur always talk.
Without a doubt.
But you've done such a good job in the last year or so bringing the elite Top Sportsman, I think, to the next level. You, Buddy Perkinson, Urban, Thrift, all those guys have kind of stepped your game up a lot in the last 2 years, I'd say. Wouldn't you think?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you got to throw Molnar in there too.
Oh, Molnar.
Yeah. I mean, look at Pap. I mean, he's badass tonight.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's the same car. Same stuff.
Top Sportsman and bracket racing, that type of car is way more difficult than people have any idea. I think.
Yeah,
it's easy to try to win with it on the rug. I think. I mean, the cars are not easy to drive, but he's trying to drive it not only from the starting line. If you're late,
I can tell.
Yeah,
when I let go, I know where I'm at.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And then immediately you start looking. I mean, I let go of the tree and I'm looking next door. I ain't looking where I'm going.
Right.
I'm looking to see where he's at.
Yeah.
And you start looking and you're trying to figure it out. And the whole thing comes in your head. Okay, did I have the tree? Did I not have the tree? That's most important. Can I push him? Do I need to lay up? Do I need to give him the stripe? You know what I mean? It's a total different game at 200 mile an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I think that class is actually more competitive than the top nitrous car, blower car deal. Only because you got to drive the starting line and the finish line together. It's not just.
I don't know how much driving the finish line you can actually do like a dragster because you can see the front wheels. So it's a different story, especially if you're in the left lane, you're looking across, you know, you got a hood scoop where, you know, there's a lot of variables in there when you're getting out that far. So you kind of got to know your car. So you got to know where you're at spot, you know, if you're running, let's say you're running Dwayne, you guys have similar cars. So you kind of know windshield where you're at, or you got to look through the window net. So it becomes a different ball game.
Well, I think the advantage is we always try to be fastest. I think chasing is your advantage. If you can chase, you have the advantage. Or in circumstance where I try to run a higher mile an hour, where chasing got a higher mile an hour, and then it's a better view from the windshield than it is the rearview mirror. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes all sense to me.
In our case, we don't like to chase. If we chase, we screwed up.
Yeah, we done left way late.
Or somebody went red.
But I think that class, along with the junior dragster stuff, has made us be better as far as me, because those guys come up to Pro Nitrous and Pro Boost.
Yep.
And so they bring I need to be 015 on the tree into what we do. So we have to be better because they're all stepping up to that class.
Yeah. I'm not as good a top bulb racer as I am a pro tree racer. And that's why I was successful in quick rod, because it was pro tree. So it just transferred over when I went into pro tree. I mean, I won some bracket races, things like that, but I'm not as sophisticated. I'm not as efficient with a top bulb as I am a pro tree.
You know, the top one comes on at the same time.
I get that, but I don't know why it is. I'm just not.
I can understand. I'm just busting your balls.
I know. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Does a long spot bother you? Let's
No.
say you're running 377. You got a guy running 420.
Only time it bothers me is if I'm in the left lane and he's slow enough to get in my hood scoop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's out far enough that he's in my hood scoop and I can't see him.
You don't know if he's in your lane, if he's going straight, where he's at.
Or where he's at on the racetrack.
Yeah.
I'm not so worried about him in my lane because I'll figure out a way to get around him. But you know what I mean? Where's he at? You know what I mean? I'm like looking, can't see, don't know. Because it's so weird. It's 3.7 seconds, but so many things go through your brain, and you can calculate, okay, I need to be here on the racetrack. He should be here. It's insane.
Yeah.
To explain it to somebody, it's really hard.
Yeah, somebody that's never done it, it's hard. I don't. You bracket race a little bit, right?
I did a little bit. I'm not much on dragging the brake.
Yeah,
that was not my cup of tea. I did not like it. I mean, I did okay at it. I didn't win a lot, but I just stepped right over into the pro street thing and went straight heads up, just because I thought, well, more power I could win. But things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed. The fields have tightened up, and what they do transpired, just like I said, what we do. So it makes us better drivers along the way. I think what you do has helped us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or made us to be better.
Yeah. I would like to do both, as crazy as that sounds, but I like to do both. I don't want to work that hard in the fact that I need to lean on myself hard enough. I mean, Jason knows.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the championship putting 4 million pistons in an engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do it anymore either.
He don't do it no
But
more.
I
That's
will
why he's
say
got a flat hood.
exactly.
Because he can cheat and just like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Now I got two
stand
against
back
Yeah.
and
I
just lay
exactly.
back.
Glenn knows what's going on over here. This is a sweet tea drink.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
But-
I got to work on it? What do you mean I got to work on it?
Well, but I think technology's come a long way since 14 when I ran. I mean, we had really just kinda
Without a doubt.
sophisticated with fuel injection. I mean, my idea was just put more damn jet in it and worry about it when at the finish line.
Yeah.
So we kind of got away from that. You don't see the nitrous guys tearing as much stuff as they did. Now it does.
You're
happen.
right. You're right.
It does happen.
100%. Yeah.
It does happen. You're going to ring it after every race. And you're going to ring it. You know, if you test hard or qualify hard, you might ring it. You know, on Friday night. But I mean, you've got the capability. You got the car. You got the tranny. You got the motor.
Yep.
I mean,
Just a matter of leaning on it.
well, but he doesn't have the crew. Crew is a big factor, I think. You've got your wife; she's been with you forever,
Yep.
and then now your boy's getting up
My
there.
boy, yep.
Yep.
It's all part of it. I mean, I think everybody here at PDRA, if it's not your whole family, I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody here really races without their whole family. And I think that's part of the whole aspect of what whether it's Top Sportsman or even what we do here.
Right.
I mean, the good thing is you have a community of friends. So when you do get into trouble, you know, people come to your rescue. But I think people come to your rescue a lot easier when you're on a sportsman category than a pro category. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you put that pro category on, they accept you to have money, number one, and two, you should have the crew and the ability to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but you've seen a lot of guys progressively step up. Molinar stepped up, Pap
Yep.
stepped up. You know, there's a lot of guys that stepped up because I feel like that's their next stepping stone. Like, I mean, I'm at Boost now. I wasn't Nitrous, and I don't think there's a lot of difference there. But like, what is our next step? Like, they've still got progression in the sport to go because you would like to run heads up. You'd like to say, hey, I won Top Sportsman. I won Pro Nitrous.
Give Maximus my car. I'll run the. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at a cruise, I mean, Buddy Perkins is pretty badass
Right, yeah,
for
yeah.
just, you know what I mean? Him and two people. That's pretty badass too.
When you start leaning on these cars, it takes people.
If you want, when I show up at the racetrack, when I roll into the gate at 1 a.m. last night, I didn't say, "Oh, I hope I qualify." You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm thinking about holding the trophy. I'm not thinking about, oh, if I can just qualify and
Right.
the cards feel if they fall just right, maybe I could win. I want to win.
Yeah, you're not here just to be
Mm-mm.
field filler, I call
No,
it. You're
no.
here to race.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors in you guys. When you guys run, normally it's the crappiest part of the day.
Yep.
And, you know, somebody has a bad qualifying session and you may draw Steve Furr first round when he runs Top Sportsman. You know what I mean? And or you might draw the Perkinsons with the there's a lot of factors there that you may draw if they somebody, and then all of a sudden now first round, like you guys have to worry about traction, dial in, reaction time.
100%.
So we only have to worry about reaction time and getting down the racetrack as fast as possible.
I mean, Dwayne and I have raced.
Oh, Dwayne, yeah.
You know what I mean? Forever together. You know what I mean? And somehow, every race we go to, the ladder falls where I got Dwayne. I'm like, how can we just like separate from each other? You know what I mean? It's like, it's
I mean, he
it's
already
good and
knows
bad.
what
It makes you better. When you roll up there, you know you got to be good.
And Dwayne's tough. Dwayne is when Dwayne's on, he's hard to beat. Now you got to catch Dwayne when he's off, and that's hard to do. And you know, he switched over to fuel injection this year. So, are you on fuel injection carburetor?
Oh yeah,
you are.
Yeah.
What do you run? R8.
I have the R8.
R8
yeah.
EFI technology.
EFI
okay.
technologies.
Yep. Okay, and that's what I ran.
Right.
You know, I started with the original one, the Edelbrock one, then went to the R8.
Yep.
And there's, I mean, I
Y'all
know
talking some.
Well, I know it's
stuff.
nitrous
They-
stuff.
All that shit. I don't know what they're saying. There's some UFO shit. They're
So you
talking.
do all the tuning yourself?
No. I do a percentage of input, but I mean, Dan Ferguson is Dan's been awesome for me.
Yeah.
Ferguson is the bomb. I mean, from day one when I said, "Hey Dan, think about buying a 959 throwing in my car. What do you think?" He goes, "I'm in." And so Dan helps me. He helped me put the motor in, helps me tune. We bounce stuff off back and forth. We park together, we pit together, we talk all the time. You know what I mean? It's a great relationship, and he really, really helps me be better, and I think I help him be better. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And Dan's a young guy. He's younger than I am.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
probably, what, 35
young.
maybe?
Yeah.
30?
Yeah, I think right in there.
Yeah. So Dan's been around a long time. He's raced. He's got Top Sportsman World Championships.
Yes, he does.
And he ran he had Top Sportsman World Championships with a low budget.
A low budget.
Yep. And he did good. And Dan's a hell of a racer. And he's turned into a heck of a tuner.
He really has.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's all about budget.
I know, but I mean, I
the
think
knowledge to do what you do and the work ethic.
I think budget comes up more for me because I know what it takes to run these cars and what they do. And I know Dan, you know, Dan had help obviously, and he had some good guys behind him, but Glenn's got his own business. You know what it costs to go racing. I guarantee if you sit down and look cost to cost, what we do is not much more expensive than what you do.
No,
I guarantee that.
Very little.
And he shows up at 1 o'clock in the morning, so he worked all day while we.
I worked all day. I work.
And
I never show up here I would have shown up early in Norwalk if we'd have had it, but I can't show up early for a race.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm working.
Yes.
I mean, I will work until the last minute, and then we'll hop in the rig and fly to the racetrack and get here.
You do like excavating and stuff?
I'm a demolition contractor.
Demolition, yeah. So you blow shit up and tear it down.
Blow it up, demo it. I'll do anything but an outhouse.
Yeah.
So we're could be on the job for a year and a half or a day. So we'll do a house in a day. We'll do a power plant, a freaking school. We do it all.
Is that a family business or?
My dad started at 55. I took over in 98.
Okay.
So I've been doing it on my own since 98.
Well, that's awesome.
That is cool. That's cool.
That's the things I like to hear about. Is people, everybody knows Glenn Butcher, the guy, world champion, the racer, but do they know, you got 2 kids, right?
Two kids.
Girl and a boy.
Girl and a boy.
Yep. Maximus
and Lila.
That's right.
Wow.
And you got a lovely wife who's been with you from day one.
Day one,
Yep.
33 years.
Do you love the racing just as much as you do?
So when we started dating, she didn't know what a racetrack was. So we introduced her to a racetrack and she fell in love. Her and her mom, TT. TT comes to the races with us. So awesome. I mean,
I think that, I be honest with you, I think that takes a lot of what it takes to not only win, but because it is a very big sacrifice to be here. Number one. And having all them guys there with you, I think that does take it all.
It's super important. What is unique, and I'm going to tear up a little bit, but apologize, soft-hearted. So what's really, really cool is I've won a lot, and I've been fortunate to win a lot. But to see my mother-in-law hold the trophy, or my son hold the trophy, or my daughter hold the trophy, is pretty awesome. You know what I mean?
It feels good to do that. I mean, that shows the emotion that we put in the sport. I mean, that
I
shows.
didn't know you had a soft heart. That's awesome.
Yeah, I do, man.
I mean, Glenn's been around a long time. He's raced. He's multi-time world champion in other divisions and PDRA. And I mean, you are what the sportsman racer should strive to be. You are a good racer, a good-hearted guy. You're a little bit wild when you need to be, but you're a normal dude. Yep. And we all remember the hour-long speech. I had to cut my championship speech down to you've seen me get up and make 4 championship speeches. And I haven't done one yet where I didn't cry. So,
Really?
yeah, no, I mean, it's just, I put a lot of heart in. My dad puts a lot of effort into it.
Without a doubt.
So
I heard about this speech, and that was part of something I wanted to bring up here. I heard about this hour-long speech at the banquet that I wasn't there, but I didn't know you spoke for an hour.
Well, the Lord gave me a gift of gab.
He didn't know it either.
He didn't know.
I just started talking.
Yeah,
That's all right.
and everything he said was just like what he said now. He thanked everybody that's been behind him because, Glenn, you know this. You don't know when you'll get back up there.
Nope. It's
Right.
so hard. I work, so hard to get to the, to get there.
Right.
I have things to say.
Yeah.
And I went through, that was probably the most challenging season to get to a world championship. You know what I mean? I've had great seasons where we didn't break nothing and nothing's, and you're like, oh, we're going to win. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't be that confident, but I mean, what I meant by that is we got a really good chance of winning. And the year that I win, we went through hell and high water.
You wrecked the car. You wrecked the car.
Wrecked the car.
Yep.
Blew the motor up twice.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we wrecked the motor twice, wrecked the car. You know what I mean? And then my guys, not only did they fix it, they fixed it in record time. I mean, we did a front half on a car in 4 days.
And that was Garrett Race Cars, right?
Garrett Race Cars.
Yeah.
Marco and Dan, Dan and Maximus took the car. They worked on it nonstop down at Garrett's shop. Garrett shut down the whole shop, put it on the jig and fixed it. Drove all night to get it back to Norwalk, Ohio. You know what I mean? They showed up before the gates open. We unload the car. We work on it to get it ready to qualify. We qualify, and then we let one thing slide. when it crashed, it bent the shaft on the oil pump, and it threw the belt off on a qualifying run, and then we couldn't race the race because nitrous cars matter. So, you know what I mean? We worked so hard. I mean, those guys didn't sleep for days.
I don't think a lot of people understand how much of that goes on here.
That's a lot of dedication it takes. I mean, there's a lot of stories in the pits just like yours where guys break trannies or, you know, miss a day of work and get in trouble and have to make it up time, work double shifts and do whatever they got to do to get back. And you know, that those stories like that are what makes sportsman racers who they are, because we would not be at this racetrack if it was not for sportsman racers.
Yeah. They make it all. And a lot of people watching here think we just show up here with a nice rig and you make a couple runs and you put your stuff away and they don't understand the sacrifice you make at home.
At home,
right?
Work.
And then once you get here, the amount of work.
How many birthdays, weddings, funerals have you missed?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you're just like, you apologize, you scheduled it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You know, it's race season.
Sorry.
We're
They
all-
know, yeah,
sorry.
I mean, that's the way my whole life's been like that, you know.
Right. You loved eating the whole time.
Yep.
Since the day you come out the womb.
Yep,
That's
yep.
what you lived,
Yep,
right?
yep.
We've been that way and we've done it for many years. And the last couple of years, a little bit of burnout action, right? Behind the scenes. And then I hear what you do. So if you don't do it all together, I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, my wife and I got married in January. You know why we got married in January?
Race season,
We
baby.
don't race in January.
Right.
I got married in May on Mother's Day because you never race on Mother's
Yeah,
Day.
you never race on Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day.
We'll race on Father's Day. Hopefully not on Father's Day, but if we do, I hope I win.
Yeah.
And
You know
that's,
what I mean?
yeah, it's all good.
There's
I mean,
two,
you
I
have
was
to give
told a
up.
long time ago by my dad, there's two things you don't mess with: the Easter Bunny and mothers.
Oh, without a mother. Oh,
Yeah.
Mother's
That's
Day
two
is
big
so
keys.
important.
Very,
So,
very, very.
but you have got some sponsors you like to thank, right? Who you got? Stand
I have
behind
a super long list of that.
you? Okay, well, let's get
Well,
started.
We
what-
getting started. We're not getting there yet. 'Cause
Okay,
I have a
hold on.
couple things.
Well, okay, what do you got?
Well, you got a couple things here.
I got my friend Steve on the cover of Drag Illustrated. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to have him autograph it.
Oh, look at here. Let me get that here.
So Steve, I don't know if you know this, but I was also on the cover of Drag
I
Illustrated.
saw this. I saw
You
this.
did.
Yes, sir.
Jason, you've been on this cover?
I have.
Oh, so we
Yeah,
got three
yeah,
cover guys.
Yeah. I was on it in 14. You know, you only
14?
get on it once. There's only been but so many people that get on
You
it
was
twice.
12 years old?
In 2014
Oh,
when I won.
I thought you were like 12.
He can't count. He's a screw blower guy. Don't think I can't still run nitrous.
Sweet.
Don't think I can't still run nitrous.
Oh, here we go.
You can drive mine anytime.
You going to jump in Glenn's car tomorrow?
No, I
Go
wouldn't do that to Glenn. I don't want to make Glenn's car look bad. I'm having a rough time here.
All
was-
right.
I was 10 on the tree that run right there. Thank you very much.
Was you?
I was 10 on the tree with 10 in the box. So guess what I'd have been if I hadn't had 10 in the box? You don't even know how to work that shit.
I also
You know.
brought you guys some hams.
Oh, look here.
What
we
is
got
this?
a
Oh,
ham.
yeah.
Is this like malt liquor?
I have no idea. I know it's from Minnesota and it's got to be
Uh-oh.
good.
I got a buddy from Minnesota. I don't know if he drinks ham.
Minnesota. It's Minnesota.
I guess we're going to try it, sir.
Hold on.
Cheers
Hey.
to Ham's beer.
Hey, I got to ask you this. Oh, one for you.
Oh,
What keeps that nitrous monster so that it starts up and fires all them nitrous solenoids, all that electronic EFI stuff?
Feather-lite.
Feather-lite.
Look at
Is
these
it
pretty
light as a
babies right
feather?
here.
It's pretty light.
Very lightweight. Hey, if you ain't got one in PDRA trim, you're in deep, deep trouble. I can tell you that right
959 with 6 kits,
You run one battery?
1 battery.
now.
One
Why do you
little
need
one.
any more?
This little one on the top.
You don't need any more batteries than them things right there. Look at that.
Little teeny one.
Little teeny little. You can put it in your boat, your motorhome. Come on, put them in my.
I'm custom building a 54 Chevy Bel Air with a LT5 in it, and Feather-lite
Yep.
built the battery for that thing
See,
with a sound system,
No
power
shit.
windows.
That's awesome.
Sportsman.
It don't matter.
I'll put
You
them
got a
in the
monster
motor.
truck?
Are they pay?
They
They
got
pay
a battery
contingency,
for you.
right? They pay contingency
Yes.
Yes. Just ask
They're on
John.
board.
He'll pay.
in every class or just sportsman classes or what? You know, I don't know.
They do it all. Sportsman classes, all the way. Look, I got them in the motorhome. My boat.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. D6 loader.
That's right.
They run everything that we got.
Glenn, I don't know where you got these, Glenn, but we could take them back.
You don't like them?
You don't like them?
You try it.
Let me see.
I think it's pretty smooth. It's like a heavy lager.
It's not bad. It's got a little lager taste to it, like you're chewing on some wheat.
It ain't sweet tea, but
well,
I got my mic right here. I got another.
All right.
I'm
You
good.
got a bag up?
Yeah,
It's important to have a
I'm
bag up.
putting hams down. Hams
come on,
taste
man.
like I'm.
The world champ brought that to you.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Well, I
that.
wasn't sure what I was getting when I grabbed it, but
I mean, really?
I knew it was
You
tall.
told me you were like, I don't know.
He done wore that big chain up here on the boot.
I know a
Bullshit
big
show.
chain can't handle the big
Listen,
beard.
I'm sponsored by a jewelry company, so guess what? When you're sponsored by a jewelry company, you gotta have jewelry on.
You ain't got to watch.
Hey, do
That's
they?
because I didn't want to mess it up.
Does the
Oh.
jewelry company got Feather-lite batteries up there
Yeah,
to
yeah.
keep all the lights on?
Put that feather lights in them watch batteries. They'll never go dead.
Exactly. That's what we're saying.
Rolexes don't run on batteries.
Yeah.
I've been told.
It might help them.
Yeah, but what else you got over there?
Oh, I got some stickers.
What does this say?
These are very important stickers. Jason, I brought you these. These are Nitrous Cars Matter stickers. So
There you
these are
go.
for Jason.
Thank you,
Steve,
He
I'd bring you some, but I
He's-
already stuck them on your car.
stuck them on the Savage.
Yeah, I stuck them on the Savage. I don't know if we can zoom in on that, but
It did help. It went 365. I will say that.
I done stuck them on the side before you saw it. You were in the car warming up. I'm like, I'm slapping stickers.
Don't think I won't put this on there too.
He jumped in quick,
Yeah.
which is all right because that's what it's all about. If you can't have a little fun, here,
Oh,
right?
yeah. And
all
you're gonna
this
have
there-
fun with Glenn. I promise.
Yeah,
Anytime.
and he didn't even been here an hour.
My dad still calls his wife Pizza Girl, Pizza
Yeah.
Lady.
Oh, that was
But
Norwalk.
Norwalk. It rained for 3 days straight. It
Mm-hmm.
was just me and my dad. Back then, just me and my dad raced. My wife was in nursing school. She couldn't come. And I think we started on Monday. We ended on like the next Wednesday. But the
It felt
following,
like it.
Yeah. And
No food, nowhere.
no food nowhere.
Really?
She
You're
finds some friggin' pizza place, right? Or y'all had some
Mhm.
leftover pizza.
No, we found a pizza shop that would deliver to the track.
Me and my dad are out there. We got the easy upturn sideways. It was pouring down rain trying to change the lifter because he's down like semis or
You
whatever.
worked on your shit then?
It was a nitrous car. You know you had to work
Oh,
on it.
that's true.
Yeah. So
I
So
didn't-
Linda went and found us pizza.
yeah. So
did it work out all right?
I don't remember.
I didn't win, so
He didn't
it
win
didn't work
either.
out.
I mean,
I
Did
probably
you win?
lost that
I
next
won
round.
Norwalk one
on
time. Well, I
Thursday.
won Norwalk and I won the Norwalk IHRA, the last World Finals they had. I
Wow.
won it.
That is.
So I've been a bridesmaid at Norwalk every time I've been close.
Right.
I've never runner up, got the Gremlin, which is their 900 fire. Lost the brass knuckles. I lost every time I've been to Norwalk. The national event, PDRA, ADRL. Every time I'm a bridesmaid.
That's your home track, right?
That's my home track.
Yeah.
Can't seem to get it done.
I won the last World Finals in Top Dragster, and then I won it one time in Pro Boost. I don't think I've ever run
Yeah.
Pro Nitrous there.
I've only been to Norwalk once.
Really?
Yep.
That was last year.
Yep. And
Who'd you beat last year?
I think I beat
I was late.
somebody next door.
Norwalk
I-
is the most incredible track that
It is.
We
It's
go
beautiful, beautiful place. I think he had one too many ham beers before
Yeah, oof,
the
there's no
first,
danger of
first
that.
round. I don't know what he did there, but
I think I'd rather take a Colt
look, I don't
45
have a
than
problem
that.
with the ham.
Colt
we
40
like the hams.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I'm good with it. It does have a little chew to it, but I've been going to the brew houses, so it's not the same.
So we are here at Maryland, and me and you've been racing here for years. I raced Division 1 here, so you raced
Mhm.
here years ago.
So we would start here. We
Yep.
would in Ohio, we'd come here, we'd run the divisional, and then we go to Rockingham
Yep.
to run the first national event.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
So every year we
Yep.
come, we start out here, go to
So-
Rockingham.
so
Right.
Maryland's probably been here since the 70s, I'd say, this track.
I'm thinking I didn't race here in the 70s.
didn't
I
either.
don't know. I'm not that old, guys.
I did come here in the 80s to a national event, which was the President's,
President's
Cup back in
Cup
the day, right?
was,
Just
yep.
to watch, and was hoping I'd be able to race at this level. But
so I raced juniors here. My first race ever. Well, second race. First race I raced was the Winston Invitational at Rockingham. We had 4 juniors back then. This was 1994. We left. That was the first race in for NHRA Winston Invitational. And then we came here to run. They had a big bracket race. Always right before, about this time of year, maybe a little after, right before we'd go to the beach. So we go to the beach with Anthony Bertozzi in Virginia Beach, and my family would. So I'd come up here and run juniors, and I don't want to say there's 4 or 5 cars back then. And I won my first ever true drag race was at this racetrack.
wow,
And that was 1994.
So awesome.
Yep.
I like Bud's Creek.
That was back when the stage lanes were behind the grandstand, but behind these stands, like right
Yes.
here where we're at.
Correct.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep.
Ford Royce did all the improvements. But
Yeah, it did. So
hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. Hopefully,
No, I
they
don't
can
think
stick
so.
around. Royce has still got a hold of it, but I mean, there has been a little talk of the IHRA.
there is.
involved, but
What's your thoughts on IHRA? What?
Woo, no. My thoughts are, I hope it works.
Yep.
I think I lived, and you as well,
Yeah.
and definitely your dad lived in the most incredible part of drag racing, the small window of drag racing. I don't think it'd ever be matched. The true IHRA days of true Pro Mod, true Top Sportsman. I mean, those days were incredible. I mean, all the cars we had, the Sportsman cars,
100
the Pro
would be
cars,
100
I don't
100
think
top
we can
sportsman
make-
cars. There'd be 60 or 70 pro mods. I mean,
Yeah, 100 top
unbelievable.
Sportsman cars trying to qualify for 48 spots. Half the field went home.
right, unbelievable.
And
and
they
the only
still
reason they went
showed
to
up.
48 was because they did 32 for years, and then half the cars they went to 48 for a long time, and 48 worked good, and then they went to 64. When they went to 64, things kind of dwindled
Yep.
a little bit.
I when the President's Cup was here, I remember I remember Ricky Smith was parked at the gate on that side
Yeah,
to get asphalt parking. He
Yeah.
was along the edge where you drove in. So that's what I remember from the late 80s, early 90s.
You want to know what I remember? Marco and I, Abruzzi,
yeah.
parked across the
So,
street,
Yep,
Yes.
down the road and up the hill
Yep.
in a field.
that was the biggest race they ever had here. I
And
remember that.
drove. They had police escorts drive them
Yeah,
in.
we had to come across and
Yeah.
down and back in
And,
to
and
get to the
for
lane.
people that don't know, this place is not the biggest place. It seems big, but it's not big. Like, I mean, it looks big, like you pull in here, but like the pits are really tight. It's kind of hilly in some spots, and they parked me in a field across the street, and then would have to send somebody to get you for class time. I remember that.
Yep.
I do too. I remember it.
Because this was all fuel parking. You know,
Yeah,
fuel,
all
and
fuel
pro
on this
mods.
side.
Yeah, yeah.
We were out the gate across the entrance road in a field. That's how
Unbelievable.
far we had to go.
And
I re-
that's the true heydays right there.
Yeah, I do remember them driving through with police escorts
Yep.
coming down up the road and driving them in.
I mean, to have an event that big today is so hard.
I don't think you could ever get back to that. Number one, we don't have the classes. Back then we had super stock, super rod, hot rod, quick rod. There was so many classes back then. And a lot of those guys, when IHRA fell off, they had to go over to NHRA. Well, NHRA is not really big in our area, because we live in the south.
You're in the south.
Yeah, so the NHRA is not very big. So that kind of fell off because a lot of guys didn't want to run super gas and super street. And the super stock guys kind of faded. So, I mean, I was hoping that maybe they could kind of revamp it a little bit and bring it back. But right now, it just seems like everything's kind of up in the air still.
I thought there was that many cars here when we parked here the other day.
Jesus. It was 211 cars here yesterday when I rolled in the gate. He parked 211, and that was 6 o'clock. So they parked till 9. And I'd say probably, it doesn't look like if you ride through the pits, but I'd say probably one of the biggest car counts they've had for PDRA here.
It was a lot. It took me like 3.5 hours to get in.
So when they canceled Norwalk, that hurt you.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's your home track.
That's my home track. I put some money up for Top Sportsman. I put up $6,000 of my own money towards the purse. It was $10,000 to win Elite Top Sportsman.
Awesome.
And that's my home track. It's an hour from the house. I love the Bader family.
And it did, but I mean,
the weather forecast
it was a
shit.
hard call. And I know we talked about it before. It was a hard call. I know a lot of people feel like they didn't do the right thing. Some people feel like they did do the right thing. I just don't think it was a no-win situation. Had it flooded and Noah's Ark had went down through
It'd have
there,
been a lot easier.
he'd have been a lot easier. But
It would have been a lot easier. I think everybody on both sides wish it was that way. Unfortunately for the guys up there, it didn't turn out that way. It was blue skies, and we went racing. Maxos went racing. Everybody up north went racing. So it made it even harder.
And I understand why he made it. I mean, I really do, but it just was a hard call. My dad gives me grief about it because he did not agree with calling it that soon because he's got it racing. Because the forecast didn't really look that great here this weekend coming here, but we still made the trip.
I think it's a lot easier, and I don't want to be you
can be an asshole.
You know what I mean? It's a lot easier for guys on this side because you guys drive 2, 3, 4 hours. Yeah. Every race I go to is 7 and 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot easier. So every once in a while when you got to come up my way,
makes sense.
You know what I mean? It's an hour from my house. Yep. So
but in their defense, Norwalk's not it's hard to fill up Norwalk spectator wise. It takes 20,000 people to
it's incredible.
That was my thing. I only been there once, and that was my thing when we was racing there. That I didn't feel like there was a lot of people there, but the place is so big.
Yeah, right? There's probably twice as many people will be here this weekend. But when you put it in that
it doesn't look like
gigantic place, you're like, oh, there's nobody here.
So and they were losing that. They were losing testing. I mean, there was just a lot of factors in it, but. It's water under the bridge. Well, not so much.
We're here.
Yeah.
One less race we got to worry about.
Yeah. I don't like that though. I feel like if you're in the lead and you got one less race, I think you kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because that maybe there's one less but it could also be a race where you did good and kind of move forward and got a jump, but
it could go both ways. Really.
It could. Yeah.
It definitely goes both ways. And then what happens at the next one that like you said here, like what if the forecast looks so bad? They're like, oh, we can't go there.
Yep.
We don't know. We're down to a 2-race series.
Yeah. Even in Bud's Creek here, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
No, it's changed. I mean, I know, and that's the deal. Let me tell you something. The phones are the issue. We had 4 phones pulled up in my shop. All 4 phones had a different percentage, a different thing. You gotta, and that's what I got to. You gotta look at when it's going to rain, what time, because it might say 84%. Then you click on it, and it's 84%. Yeah, at 7 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
Not all day long.
That's why I run my business. I run my business by what I can touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
You go, is it going to rain? I don't know. Show up for work tomorrow, we'll find out. If I stick my hand out, it's raining. We'll figure something else out to do.
Yeah. That's the construction industry. You just draw a circle with 3 drops going and everybody going home.
Yeah.
My deal is if it's raining, we're all smiling.
That's because it ain't making no dust when you.
Yeah, we ain't making no dust.
I know what you're saying.
We're putting it on the ground.
Yep.
I get dripped on all day long, so I don't smile when it rains.
You don't smile?
No, I have to jack the car up and then get dripped on, got crap.
We do dirt work, so it gets all fucking muddy.
Look what you did.
Oh my Lord!
Look what you did.
We got a 2-mile-an-hour wind. We done blowed our whole set.
The damn wind ain't blowed all damn day. It's 100 million degrees.
Me?
100 million
That's a
degrees.
demolition man's tree right
Butcher
there.
done that. He done blowed that bitch up.
I think that's a
sign. I think that's a sign.
Yep, I think we're about done.
So again, Glenn, I want to thank you for being our Kinetic Shocks guest of the week. You're an awesome driver, awesome person. If you don't know Glenn Butcher, please go by and say hey to him. I promise you he'll talk you damn ear off or he'll hand you some nasty ass beer to drink.
Yeah, I'll give you a t-shirt. Come see me.
Yep. And
he's the man in that deal. I'm telling you, he's the man.
And he's good guy, 2024, trying to back it up again. And we'll see what happens. I wish you luck. I hope you do good. You keep your beautiful wife. She's been a good part of your life, and your kids are growing up. It's good to see them growing up and getting to be the people they are as far as sportsman racers and people. Again, I want to thank you a lot. It means a lot. Sportsman racers, they're the heart of PDRA class.
We dropped our whole Glenn blowed our shit up.
We got our man, Chad Wright, CJW.
Look, he got it fixed up.
Back in there.
Got Celemis.
Butcher over there.
Woo-woo!
Ohio boy.
Look.
Thank you,
Hello,
Chad.
Glenn.
I'm amazing.
Hey,
Ohio.
I don't know if you know. Hey, he's the world champ.
He is the world champ.
OH.
Yes, sir.
I like that necklace.
You like that?
Yeah, I need something like that.
Yeah.
How much that cost?
You don't want to know.
CJW sells everything.
He'll sell a necklace if he takes it off my neck.
Does it all.
So, Glenn, I want to thank you again. Steve, please try to slow down a little bit. You went too fast today in the heat. Made me look bad. When we pulled up, did you think about it when me and you pulled up next to each other?
I said, what the fuck is this already?
I was thinking to myself, here we go. Here we go. This
I changed my I had to change my visor for that. Because I wanted to try to
What kind of light did I have? I didn't even look seriously.
You had a 68 light because Johnny's on my ass all the time.
What did you have?
I had a 30.
Okay, that's good.
That was okay. I've averaged 30 all day.
But I didn't get down the racetrack. And you went a 66, he went a 66 in a broad damn daylight, hot as balls. Nobody was getting down, and he goes down there.
I had to give Johnny
Against
credit
me.
there. Well, Johnny's going to put it, them damn flat hoods. I'm telling you. Look, he does them big nitrous plumes with all that shit with his hair here.
So
What was low of the round? Who went low of the weekend already?
Camp.
Flat hood.
Flat hood. But who was second? Nitrous car.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
When Pat went a 64, I was in the lanes. I was like, holy shit.
That's what I said. I was getting ready to get in the shower because you guys took so long to make this happen. I'm like, shit, I'm going to get clean.
Well,
then I'm
we
like,
drug our feet.
I was like, and then I thought I was going to bust your balls all night that a nitrous car outran all you boosted motherfuckers.
Well, I'll give Johnny. Johnny Camp did jump out there.
My buddy Camp with the holy ass shirt.
Yep.
So,
he can't afford another shirt.
Nope.
He can't.
Finish this out here, King.
Yep.
Like I say, Kinetic Shocks. Thanks again, Glenn. Appreciate it. We'll have you back on. Hope you
Booster tires, Pack Springs.
Yep. Pack Spring Hoosier tires.
Hey, he didn't even do an hour-long speech. He didn't do
Billy Albert.
Billy's a good friend of mine too. You know that.
Billy's amazing.
Oh, hillbilly.
Yeah. Look, we all know Glenn does a great job.
He
He's doing. I mean, he wins championships, right?
Yep.
I mean,
it's not easy.
These guys right here sponsor old Boost and Bullshit and Flat Hood Harris here a little bit, and we got to give them credit. Without them, every car almost in this PDRA deal just don't fire up. Whether it's a top fuel car to your motorhome, you got to have these guys on board, or you're out to lunch.
Well, that's it for episode 9, our second live. We had one malfunction. That's about it. We went on a little late, but just look at it tomorrow, guys. Put your AirPods in, listen to Boost and Bullshit, learn a little bit about Glenn Butcher.
Yes, sir.
And,
Ham's beer.
We'll see you on the recap show, and maybe we'll be interviewing Glenn again.
Yeah, bring it on.
Should.
Anytime.
Yep.
He's the man. I think 1 hour speech might be all right.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining in. We'll see you